Good afternoon, this is Rich Nelson covering the wrap-up comments. Today is Wednesday. This is November 24th, 2010, the day before Thanksgiving here. Just want to wish everybody here a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Hope it all goes well for you and your travel plans turn out fine here. Big day for the grains. Corn up 10 1/4, beans up 13 1/4, and I see the wheat up 5 3/4. These are last trades, not settlements here. As far as these big gains, we can really point out to a couple of main stories really centered on the soybeans here today. In terms of action, we did get confirmation. As you may remember back on Monday, we'd said that China was rumored to have bought 1.1 million tons of beans from the U.S. and South America combined. It was nice to see that was confirmed today. China purchased 780,000 tons, so quite a good deal of that. That equates to almost 30 million bushels here, so quite a good number on that side here. What's important about this is not just the size, but also number two factor with this decision is the fact that China is still buying, and they still view these actually as nice underpriced dips. So this changes and refutes the psychology that suggests that China would actually lower their buying based on a lower economic growth model. So keep that in mind here. This pretty much tells us that China is going to buy no matter what they do with their economy here. So keep that point in your head here. Also, we can point out Argentina is still a little dry. They do have some rains forecast for this weekend. The generally dry forecast for next week is still a key issue here. That helps both corn as well as soybeans. Last thing to speak of here, soybean crush out this morning. This confirms the NOPA number, which came out earlier already 2 weeks ago. The U.S. Census Bureau told us that crush last month in October was down about 4% versus year-ago numbers. And keep in mind, USDA has us down 5% for the entire marketing year for their estimate. So between the September number as well as October, we're ahead of USDA. We're beating USDA, and it's likely we may see USDA add about 10 million bushels to the crush number here next month. Combine that with a better export number next month, and soybean ending stocks will be tightening going into that WASDE report here. So generally a good trade led by the beans here today. As far as key issues we can speak of here, we've got a light trade today. We can point that out. Also look for a light trade here on Friday, as we do have that noon close on Friday. So look for a very light trade there to speak of as well here. Key issues for next week: will China continue to buy these beans? Secondary focus will be weather. This U.S. The problems here in the plains, as well as problems in Argentina being secondary factors. So keep that in mind here. Over on the livestock side, cattle up 60 cents. This is the highest close for cattle of almost every contract you look at. So quite a big deal on the cattle side. This is, of course, led by those gains on the cash cattle side. Kansas through Texas traded numbers 101 to 102 between yesterday afternoon and a little bit here this morning. So quite a big jump from the previous week's 98 and 98.50s. So big numbers there. We can also point to wholesale beef up over $1. In fact, I see the select up $1.75 here this morning. So we have this cash cattle market on fire because we got wholesale beef on fire. Part of this news was related to this economic report, economic report we had out this morning showing consumer spending up about 0.4% back in October. That was a little higher than the September rate. So as we get closer to 2011, we are seeing better spending by consumers, and that also means better spending on beef. So with that in mind, we're still very big bulls on this market for cattle side. Over on the hog side, up 62 cents. For you chart watchers, you guys need to take a look at that February contract, and you see a great looking head and shoulders bottom on that February contract. It really projects some higher numbers, even higher than what we would suspect through our fundamental models here. What's important about this hog side is we finally have a change on the supply picture. After weeks and weeks of heavy supplies, we're finally hearing word and actually seeing packers take action on lower supplies going into this weekend, and more importantly through next week. So with that in mind, we might have a bottom certainly confirmed for the cash hog market, and that's certainly helping the futures out right now here. So overall, hopefully things work out well as far as going into Friday's trade too. See if we can extend some of these gains on both the grains and livestock. But as I said before, look for some low volume action here on Friday, and certainly the trade to resume most of the trading here starting next week. Hope everything goes well for your Thanksgiving plans again. Hope you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. We'll get back to you guys here on Friday with our morning YouTube. Keep in mind, we will not be updating our reports after 8 o'clock a.m. on Friday morning. If you have any questions about this or what's going on with trading hours, give us a call here at Allendale, 1-800-262-7538. This is Rich Nelson. Have a good trading day, and a good Thanksgiving, and a good trading day again on Friday.